What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another Best Bet show. It's just me live. We're going to go through the slate and honestly have a good time. Let me move this over here. I want to share my screen so we can talk about a lot of NFL plays today. It is a very important week in terms of NFL standings, divisional games. You got Ravens, Steelers, which is a huge game, Bills, Chiefs, which has a huge implications on the playoffs. Just a whole bunch. Let's eat today, gentlemen, is right. And that is a Steelers shirt, if I'm not mistaken. So we got some Steelers fans in the house. Biggest game of the season for them. Biggest game in the last few years, probably, if I do say so myself. Um, and honestly, the Ravens with a slower start than usual, and the Bengals are not where we wanted them to be. The Steelers, many thought were going to be okay, are 7-2. 4-1 on the road is huge. We've won 4 straight. And you want to talk about um, a team that just seems gritty. You know, they had Fields, they have Russell Wilson now. They've won games even when they've looked like quarterback play wasn't there or whatever it may be. The defense has always shown up, and honestly, they're a fun team to watch. I'm not gonna lie. As far as the divisions go, the AFC West is, Chiefs are 9-0. AFC East, the Bills are 8-2, and the next best team is 3-6. And the AFC South, it's the Texans, and that's it. Really, the only AFC division worth a damn. I guess the AFC West with the Chargers, but Steelers, Ravens, the Bengals could be sneaky, but at 4-6, it looks like the damage has already been done. And the NFC has surprisingly been very competitive. I honestly thought at the beginning of the year that the NFC was going to be very top heavy. And honestly, teams like the Eagles, Cowboys dominating the NFC East, maybe a Commanders. And then the NFC West, thought would be for sure the 49ers. And then maybe one of those teams would make a jump. NFC North, we knew was tough. But it seems like a lot of the NFC teams are very, very, very competitive. NFC West, Cardinals are winning the division at 6-4, and the Seahawks in last at 4-5. So that division is still anyone's for the taking, if we're being honest. I knew my Giants would suck. So that's nice to see as always. But again, a lot of good games. And I think this is where we start to see teams. I don't want to say the word tank, but this is where you see teams start to really pull away and find that groove. We're more than halfway there. And this is where you kind of see teams start to really look like themselves. So first up is Ravens Steelers. We talked about that a little bit. Let's talk about it again. Over under of 48.5. I'm on Russell Wilson passing yards. I do think the Ravens are winning this game. I do think the Ravens are the better team, but I do think a divisional game, Mike Tomlin, the Steelers can beat them. I do think on paper the Ravens are the better team, but I do think on any given day the Steelers can beat the Ravens. That being said, I am on Russell Wilson passing yards. We know the Ravens defense is extremely, extremely good, the best in the league with the Chiefs. And if they're going to want to win this game, Russell Wilson's going to have to play well and have to move the chains. And George Pickens and co are going to have to really pick it up. So I like how Mike Williams looked in the first game. He's always a deep ball threat. I think he opens up the field for Russell Wilson. And I think Russell Wilson is the right move. If you want to talk Justin Fields, he did his job. In my opinion, he did his job. I think as they get closer to the playoffs, maybe they could use him in some scenarios, some wildcat stuff. Who knows? He's always there to be used. But Russell Wilson, I think, is the quarterback that needs to be at the helm, and he is. This game is going to be awesome. I don't know how many times Harbaugh has faced Tomlin, but they know each other inside and out. Steelers at home, so you get a nice boost from the crowd. And I do think the over-under of 48.5 seems fair. I think both offenses can produce. And I think I don't really think I have a lean here. I would take the Steelers as a live dog, but they've won 4 straight. And I just feel like this is just a tough test to where the Ravens will pull this one out. I hate saying that with Steelers fans in the chat, but it is what it is. It's just something that I see. I do think that you can go Pickens receiving yards. I do think that you can go Russell Wilson passing yards. That's really all I'd play in that game. I never know who to pick in the Ravens games. In the wide receiver core, people love Zay Flowers today. He's obviously the go-to guy, at least receptions-wise, if you're going to choose somebody. Vikings and Titans. I wonder, I could probably share my screen at this point. Uh, I guess we can go our pick from each game. You know what? Let's bring up our sponsor. Let me bring this up if I could share my screen. We'll bring up our sponsor, Draftkings Pick Six, and let me just get rid of my thing here. Okay, Draftkings Pick Six, and we can go game by game. So we talked about this first. Again, a lot of stuff you can do on Draftkings Pick Six. A lot of low lines here. Crazy low lines, I think, in my opinion. Passing yards, Russell Wilson's now 231.5. Again, we got him at 224.5. We're getting kind of to the point where maybe you stay off, but again, I do like Russell Wilson passing yards, probably up to like 230, 235. I do like this as well. 2 field goals. I love my kicker props. Honestly, guys, I usually only do 1 unit plays, but there's a play on Monday Night Football that I already have personally 3 units on, and I may put more on because the line just doesn't make sense to me. Uh, it's a kicker matchup made in heaven for me, so we'll get to that tomorrow. But I already posted that in the Dub Club, and we'll probably add on more of that. Does Goff throw for 300 today? I think if this game is competitive, he does. However, I don't think it's competitive. I think he could hit for some bombs. I think he could get Jameson Williams. I think Amon-Ra could have himself a game. No Laporta does make things a little more interesting, but I think his is going to be more chunk plays than just throwing all game. So I think you're going to have to get a little bit lucky for 300 plus in the fact that you may have to catch like a 50-yard bomb from Jameson Williams. That's just my 2 cents. We'll go to the next game, the Vikings and the Titans. This game I think is going to be really ugly. We saw Sam Darnold come back down to earth, right? We saw Darnold throw I think it was 4 picks, but I think one was fumbled and then recovered again. So I don't know if that counts as a pick. So 3 picks on paper. Darnold looked a little rusty. We had him for over 1.5 passing touchdowns. He did throw it in the end zone and somebody caught it twice. I do want to point that out. It was the other team that caught it, but the read was there. And Sam Darnold, we knew was kind of playing at a very high level. We probably knew some regression was coming. The Titans allow the least amount of passing yards to quarterbacks. I'm honest under passing yards. However, they have faced a lot of iffy quarterbacks. It's not like they faced, Mahomes, Goff, all those guys. They really haven't, but the defense last year has been great to quarterbacks, and this year has been great as well. I do think the Vikings do win this game as well. I think the Titans are trash. I think Will Levis is trash with this smile right here. I do like Sam Darnold under passing yards in this game. I am on it. If you're going to pick anything else, I do like passing attempts under. I do like kicker points if it's here. They don't have them. They don't have the Vikings kicker. But if you do, I really like the Vikings kicker. I think they get in the red zone. The Titans have one of the best red zone defenses in the league. I wonder if I could see this. What is now red zone defense? Come on, team rankings. Where you at? Opponent red zone scoring percentage. Let's see. Actually, let's play a game here. Who do you guys think has the worst red zone defense in the league? If you had to guess, who do you think has the worst red zone defense in the league? It's actually pretty obvious when you stare at it, but I want to know if it comes to mind easily. I'll give you a hint. They're really bad. Horrible this year. Jags? No, not the Jags. It's close. It's a good guess, actually. You guys all say Jacksonville. To be honest, Jacksonville gets beat deep a lot with bigger plays, so that technically is not red zone defense. The Jets? No. Come on. Come on. All right, I'll give you a hint. It's NFC team. There it is. There it is. Dallas. It is Dallas by a large margin. 77.4% red zone scoring. That is that's bad. Cincinnati is next. To be honest, the best red zone defense is the Bears. As far as scoring percentage, I'm not saying defenses in general, but The top 5, it's the Bears, the Chargers, the Steelers, the Lions, and then Denver. And then the Giants and Philadelphia right there. But it is known that the Titans have a stout defense. It is known. And I feel like the Vikings can get ahead early. Again, I'm more personally I hate the Titans. I think they're terrible. I think they're trying to limit Tony Pollard's touches as well, and that's only going to hurt their team. There's no I know they're still in the playoffs technically. If you look at the playoffs, they are I think 4-6 and the Texans are 6-4. Oh no, that's the Colts. The Titans are 2-7. They're gonna take it slow. They're not mathematically eliminated yet, but this should be like a, you know what I mean. Listen, the worst record in the league is 2-8 by the Jaguars. If you want to get some good picks, you can probably move on from Will Levis, and just move on from there. I think the Vikings are in a great spot. The Vikings need to win these games. The Lions, the Packers, even the Bears. I don't know why they didn't put the team, the Tigers, in that division, but oh my, that division's nasty. So the Vikings need to. I think they just roll through. I'm not gonna lie. They're 6-point favorites. I may put some on that. The total is 39.5, which shows it's gonna be an ugly game. That is one of the lowest totals on the board. I wonder if it is the lowest total on the board. That is the lowest total on the board, mainly because the Titans obviously suck. But I do think the Vikings will have to force to kick some field goals and just be a little limited offensively. But the Titans are so bad, it doesn't even matter. Brown Saints, again, I'm not touching that game besides Cedric Tillman. Cedric Tillman and Jameis Winston. They've been pass heavy. I know Nick Chubb's going to get more rush attempts, but the Saints team gives up so much stuff to wide receivers, whether it's receptions, whether it's yards. And Cedric Tillman's had 30-plus targets in the last 3 weeks combined. Just give me 5 catches. I know some people are on 60-plus yards or 55.5 yards, whatever it may be. But Cedric Tillman all day long. I wonder if I could play his receptions here. If I could play it on here. No, they got some cheeky receptions lines here, I'm not gonna lie. Let me see. Jaguars and Lions. Again, we're on this play. The Lions are minus 14. Do they have passing attempts and stuff on here? I actually don't think so. Oh, they do. He's not on here, but I do think Jared Goff goes under. Actually, I wonder what the receiving yards they have on here is. Let's see, George Pickens. Let's see if I can go by game. Let me take these games off. There you go. Amon-Ra, 74.5. James Williams at 44.5 is kind of high, considering his 2.5 receiving yard line. This one is interesting to me. Let's see here. The reason why I like this is that they do play a lot of man, and his average yards per catch is 12.4. Let me see if I can move this over. Can I share my screen? Well, anyway, Khalif Raymond, his average yards per catch is 12.4. And his longest in every game he's had a catch has been over 6.5 yards. So we need 7.5 there. Honestly, it is a very solid play. The only thing I worry about is the game script. I don't think they're going to be throwing late, but I do think he will get a target or two, especially without Sam Laporta. So I'm going to add that here. I really think he's sneaky. Anything under 10 is a solid look in my opinion. Just absolute great spot, especially given the injuries here. I'm trying to think of a parlay. I'm not gonna lie. To post, I already posted a touchdown one. I know that, but I want to post a yards parlay. So we're gonna cut that screen off. Okay, hold on. And let's build a parlay here. Okay. We're going to go to Draftkings Sportsbook. Let me present my screen or my window. Yes, my window. Okay, my window right here. All right, so you guys can help me throw some stuff out if you guys want to. I already know what I want to play as far as a few plays. I do want to do Cedric Tillman yards just because I am on his receptions and I want to be able to get a 50 plus. Let's go 50 plus receiving yards there. We'll go back out. I want to do Bijan or Darnell Mooney. I want to go Bijan or Darnell Mooney in this Broncos game. I know the Broncos have a good defense. Bijan 25 plus. I want to go to SGP. My man SGP. Bijan, the Broncos blitz at extremely high rate. So he's either going to find Mooney downfield and just get some one-on-ones and have Mooney make a play, which Mooney has, or he's dumping off to Bijan. And I don't know. I think Bijan is at that number is such a key number where he just goes over that line with 3 catches or more, and his receptions line is 3.5. So it's a good spot in that regard. Now we have some ugly games here. This is where it gets interesting. I'm not touching the Vikings Titans. Spread is too. These odds are changing on me. Wallet's in my slip. I do like Packers Bears. Dude, George Kittle's not going to play now. I just got a notification on my sleeper. That means we're going Juwan Jennings. I was already leaning that. Give me one more. My trusty steed. This is where it gets interesting here. There's a lot of, I'm not touching the Colts Jets. I'm not touching the Rams Patriots. I don't want to touch the Raiders Dolphins. There's just a lot of games I don't want to touch. Maybe go Jaden Reed here. Is there a boost? Maybe we just have to go their lines. We'll go 25 plus with Bijan, but we're going to go their regular receiving yard lines. It just boosts the numbers of the parlay by so much. Maybe I'll leave Cedric Tillman out just in case. See, this one looks solid. Plus 1,000. Plus 1,000. I like this a lot. Plus 1024. I'm probably going to post this. Guys, this is going to be it for me. You guys know what I like. Here's my, you saw my stuff here. My long shot touchdown score parlay. The plays all that I'm on. Oh, this is the Monday bet I'm talking about. This right here will feed families. Cowboys Texans longest field goal over 47.5. Okay. You want to know why? Let me do my analysis right now. You can bet it right now. So you can bring this over here. You can look at who's attempted the most 50 plus yard field goals. Oh, look, it is the Texans kicker Fairbairn and the Cowboys kicker legend Brandon Aubrey. Okay. They've both taken the 2 most 50 plus attempts and they're hitting at an insane rate. Combined, they're what, 18 for 26? No, 18 for 22. 80 for 22. That's ridiculous. Aubrey hit 2 more. You want to say 50 plus in general. We want to add the 60 plus. So they're 20 of 24. and you get both kickers here. That's his number when Brandon Aubrey plays anyone in the chat on the other side. You get Fairbairn now. That is a wrap. Buffalo chicken. It does not get easier than that. That will feed families. I currently have 3 units on that. I usually don't do that. I have this whether it's what's the word? Superstitious, where it's like as soon as I do go big and I post it on Twitter or X, that's when it's gonna lose. I have this like superstitious thing. Like, every time I go up like that, it's just gonna be that's not your game. Keep you level. But personally, I'm just saying I have 3 units on it. I usually don't do that. It may be 5, but it may be 10 if I win some more money tonight. Won some money on John Jones last night, so might as well keep it rolling. But anyway, that's it for me, guys. I'll post this parlay out in a second. You enjoy your Sundays. Enjoy one of your last Sundays. Not last, but you know what I mean. We have like 7 or 8 left before it gets some little games. So enjoy your Sunday. Win some bets. Eat some good food. Peace out.